What's good, everyone? This is RawTruth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. And Mitch Kupchak, what the hell are you talking about, man? The Hornets have no luxury on just picking for fit. I repeat, the Hornets do not have the luxury of picking for fit. What is wrong with this guy? And I'm not trying to hate on Mitch Kupchak, but let's keep it real. He's acting outdated. He just went on an interview a couple days ago and he said, and I quote, "We're in a great position to not draft the best player available," pretty much to draft for fit and needs on the team. You're in no position to draft for need. You draft the best player in this draft. And a lot of scouts who know basketball had said Scoot Henderson is the guy and would be number one if it wasn't for Victor Wembanyama. That is a fact. And the only reason there's some projections of Brandon Miller going number two is because they think that the Hornets are dumb enough to take him at number two. Now, Brandon Miller, you just don't know with him. In the NCAA tournament, he played horrible. There was one game, it was the first round, and I'm trying to remember the matchup, but he had 0 points. 0 freaking points. But let me digress. So here's the full quote. GM Mitch Kupchak said, and I quote, "Human nature sets you up to get greedy. So when it was 2 teams left, yeah, I wanted the number one, right? For a second, there was a little bit of all shucks, but overall, it's an incredible stroke of luck. And we are in a position that we do not have to take the best player, but take certain needs of the team." Okay. Okay, Mitch. Well, are we going to really just say that this team is far better off? You got Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward. Are we really going to sell that now? 2 players that need to be traded off. You know what they are. For Terry Rozier, he would never feel like this is LaMelo's team, just by nature. Remember when he played with the Celtics with Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving was a star, and he had a hard time in adjusting to his game. I said it before, Coach Joe has said it before, and I say it again. The perfect fit for LaMelo Ball, unless the player is like a young rising star or has a lot of potential, I prefer 3-and-D. Now, one may say Brandon Miller, and that's all snappy, but there's a lot to think about now. You just had the Miles Bridges situation, and then Brandon Miller's going through something as well. And I pray that everything's okay, but it's too much going on. And besides, Scoot Henderson, watching his film, how athletic he is, how cerebral he is, he's a killer on that court. And he would be number one, I repeat, number one in the draft if, again, Victor Wembanyama was not in the draft. If it was a different draft, any other draft, he'd be number one. The only slight to Scoot Henderson, he didn't shoot the 3 as well, but his form is really good. And remember, there was a time LaMelo wasn't hitting a high 3-point percentage, and that improved drastically. Meaning Scoot Henderson, works out with Steph Curry. Steph Curry has been somewhat of a mentor to Scoot Henderson. So that helps. Brandon Miller, I just don't see it. It's something about Brandon Miller I don't see. I looked at a post and someone said, "Oh, Brandon Miller could be the 30-point scorer one day." I don't see it from him. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Don't overthink this. And I'm not really, y'all know me, I'm not really for short guards. and Scoot Henderson is 6'2". But besides him being 6'2", he's just one of those new age quick point guards that you need in this league. And you pair him with LaMelo, pick and roll. LaMelo is a great passer. As we all know, he feeds scores. Scoot can score. He has a great mid-range game. I think it could work. And there was an interview that Scoot Henderson mentioned that he could play off ball. He could play on ball. He really does what it takes to win the game. And that's what the Hornets need, that type of mentality, that dog. LaMelo has that dog, but I need everybody else to. Terry Rozier has it, but only when he's getting his shots. And you already know that Terry Rozier doesn't play defense at all. Scoot Henderson plays defense. He plays offense. He does it all. But the Hornets must trade Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward. Stop thinking about you got to what does Mitch Kupchak think he is, the Spurs or something? He think he's R.C. Buford and Greg Popovich, where you could just get random lesser talent and just mold it into something and use the G League as a farm system. He must be outside his damn mind. That, we don't have to per se go for the best player in the draft. Come on, man. You're the Charlotte Hornets. Y'all haven't, man, let's be real. Let's be real, family. The Charlotte Hornets haven't won a playoff series in 20 plus years. That's a long time. And Adam Silver, you're not fooling me, my brother. Coach Joe, last summer in June, I'm telling you, the game within a game, family. Coach Joe predicted that the Spurs already had a pick. He said it in the stream. Some of y'all remember, some of you guys messaged me remembering that stream that Coach Joe said. I think we were streaming the Summer League or one of those things. And they were talking about Victor Wembanyama. And then we had a discussion and Coach Joe mentioned that things that I didn't even know. I didn't know that Victor Wembanyama at the time, last year, was playing, well, he did this year as well, but the discussion last year, I didn't know that he played on Tony Parker's team in France. And that the Spurs have been sending scouts and certain trainers and etc. to that team for the past 5 years. So they groomed him to be a Spur. The NBA knew it. They're not going to say it. And then all of a sudden they trade DeJounte Murray out of nowhere and start trading people. They were clearly tanking. But the NBA told all the NBA fans, they said that we will reward teams that didn't tank. The Charlotte Hornets, no matter what you say about them, they were one of the few teams that didn't tank. They were one of the few teams that played hard every single game. Portland did too. The Houston Rockets were just bad. I don't think they were tanking. The San Antonio Spurs were purposely tanking. There was a couple games where you saw the Spurs play their second string out of nowhere. That was clearly tanking. They didn't get punished for it. Nothing. Like we all predicted. Fast forward. Now, San Antonio got Victor Wembanyama. And Victor, you should have seen Victor's face. He knew he was going to the Spurs. But you know who was done dirty? The Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons, they were just so young. They clearly wasn't taking. They were just young. And the fact that they don't got a top 3 pick, really, if the Hornets didn't have the number 1 pick, the Pistons should have had it. If we're being real. But hey, I guess the show is still goes on. It's still the same, huh, Adam Silver? Remember the Zion draft? The Knicks deserved the number 1 pick. They weren't taken. They were just bad. And they gave it to the Pelicans because they knew that the Lakers needed AD. I'm telling y'all, it's a game within the game. But who do I know? I'm just RawTruth Media. I'm just DJ. What do I know? But Mitch Kupchak, don't think too hard about this. Choose the best player. Don't do it for fit. You're in no position to do it for fit. at all. Surround LaMelo with some talent. Make some trades, go into free agency. Surround LaMelo with some dogs. Stop playing around. This is Raw Truth Media giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, and I'm out.